Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from Skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2022 ski test. Right now we're going to talk about the Volkl Revolt 104. This ski was introduced for last season for the 2020-2021 ski season. We did a full review of it when it came out. It was in the ski test last year. Continues to impress. Just a very, very fun ski and pretty interesting. You know, it's kind of unique among this category. Just over under 100 underfoot or around 100 underfoot on twin tip kind of freestyle all mountain category. The Revolt 104 has some interesting characteristics which we'll talk about. So fairly simple construction in this ski. Uses one of Volkl's multi-layer wood cores, kind of laminated all together in classic sandwich construction, vertical sidewalls. Nothing wild going on in the construction. Where this ski starts to get really interesting is in its shape. So we do get some camber underfoot, but it's pretty low rise camber and it's not particularly long at all. And then the tips and tails of the ski, we get this just long, low tip and tail rocker. Almost like more than 50% of the ski is rocker. And I'd say it feels like that too when you're skiing it. Now it is a directional ski, so obviously it's a twin tip, but there's a lot of directional stuff going on here. So there's longer tip rocker than tail rocker. And we also get some fairly significant taper. And when I'm talking about taper in this sense, I mean from tip to tail. So the tip is is noticeably wider than the tail, which does kind of come into play with performance. And then the other sense of taper is we do get kind of some classic early taper in both the tips and tails. So the widest point of the ski is set back a little bit. So this ski is super cool, and we've seen and experienced a lot of different applications for it. So I'll kind of run you through what I think are the best applications for this ski, and then you can kind of figure out how it would work best for you. It's hard to ignore the fact that it's a twin tip and it's 104 underfoot. So it's definitely positioning itself in that kind of versatile twin tip category. So I think of skiers like myself with a terrain park background, but who likes to ski the rest of the mountain. Maybe you don't spend every day in the terrain park anymore like you used to when you were younger. You know, you enjoy and you appreciate experiencing and exploring the rest of the mountain, kind of diversifying the terrain that you're skiing and challenging yourself in different ways. This is a really good ski for that type of skier. You can still bring it into the park. It's still fun to do tricks on just classic terrain park jumps. You can still slide rails on it and stuff like that. What's really cool about it is this shape is just so much more versatile than your typical park ski or typical twin tip ski. So on a powder day, when you're skiing trees, when you're skiing just like, you know, side country or even backcountry terrain, this ski performs really well. It's got a nice mix of feeling pretty stable and strong underfoot, but then with the rocker and tapered tips and tails, you can release the tail edge just so easily, kick the tail out whenever you want, which gives it a really fun, kind of capable and relatively forgiving feel too. Now, we've also seen some skiers, I think it's especially Volkl athletes, actually putting touring bindings on them. They're not particularly lightweight, but we have seen some athletes putting touring bindings on them and then using them as like a backcountry jump ski, backcountry jib ski, stuff like that. And then the kind of third application or third skier type that I think of is somebody who doesn't spend any time in the terrain park at all and just wants a fun, maneuverable, all mountain / freeride ski. Maybe an East Coast skier that wants a dedicated tree ski and maybe he wants to save a little bit of money. This ski is relatively affordable compared to some skis on the market. So we've had plenty of skiers on these skis testing them that aren't park skiers, that don't have that background and can still appreciate their performance and have a lot of fun on them. I'd say the last thing I'd say about them is although you don't get much camber underfoot, they're surprisingly strong on a groomer. So 104 underfoot with this much rocker and a twin tip shape, it's not particularly designed for a groomer. It's not the stiffest flexing ski by any means, but for some reason you get a pretty impressive amount of vibration damping and stability on a groomer without it using metal or other additives to increase its torsional stiffness and increase its stability. So that's the Revolt 104 from Volkl. Super fun ski, and like I was saying, its shape and kind of how it's positioned in the market makes it a pretty interesting and pretty unique option. Definitely one worth taking a look at if you're looking for a versatile twin tip ski that's a lot of fun. So yeah, Revolt 104 from Volkl. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you guys out there on the slopes.